Welcome to my space class. Today we're going to take some time to reconnect, rejoin our bodies and our minds together and enjoy the moment, creating a beautiful space for change in the body. We're going to start with some yoga flow to help us get our body warm and ready to accept the work as we move into some leg strength and core toning. Then we'll finish off with a beautiful stretch towards the end and a meditation. So join me now for some beautiful time to get our bodies and our minds connected with the moment. Stepping to the top of your mat with your hands together overhead, inhaling, and as you exhale, your knees bend, your belly is lifted, and your fingertips come towards the ground. And just feel that beautiful stretch coming into the back of the body. Stepping back with your front leg into the lunge, lift your heart space, create length through the long body. Exhale as you step back to down dog. Tail is high, shoulders are drawn back. Breathing into your plank position with your shoulders aligned directly over your hands. Bring your back knee in towards your chest. Take that leg across the body to the right side and open up into a side plank, steady and strong. Land the hand, reset the feet into plank position. Draw the front knee in, extend the leg underneath you, and open up to your side plank. Beautiful. Reset hands. Push back to your down dog. Lunging the front leg through. Help it if you need to. Landing with a long lifted body. Stepping the feet together. Come into your fold position. And let's breathe in tall together. Inhale high to the top of your mountain. Exhale and sink, bending the knees a lot, drawing the shoulder blades down and back. Exhale and float forward to your fold. Lunging your back leg away, lift through the heart space. Exhale as you step back into your down dog. Tail is high, shoulders are drawn back. Coming into plank position, shoulders over the hands, land the knees if you'd like. Elbows stay close to rib cage as you slowly lower the body. Roll the shoulders down and back, squeeze the butt for a little baby cobra lift. Tuck toes, pushing back to your down dog. Lunging that left leg through, help it if you need to. Drop the knee down if you wish. Breathe in wide to the ribs. And as you breathe out, take the hands behind you, clasp them, push the fists down and away, open up through the heart space. Squeezing the back of the body, tucking the toes behind you, lift up, open up. Breathe into that beautiful heart space. Land the hands underneath shoulders and stepping your back foot in to the fold position. Breathing in tall to the top of your mountain. And as you breathe out, sink into your chair pose, drawing the shoulders back, lift through the navel, and then come forward to your fold. Beautiful work, everybody. Stepping back with your back foot, lift through the heart space. Stepping back with your front foot, into down dog we go. Breathe into your plank position, shoulders over the hands. Breathe out as you descend. Roll the shoulders down and back, breathe in and lift through the heart space for full up dog. Tuck toes, breathing out to down dog. Lunging your back foot through, help it if you need to. Drop the back knee down. Breathe in and lift the arms overhead. Sink. Taking the hands behind your back, dropping the shoulders back. And then lift the back knee off. Beautiful expression, beautiful openness through the body. Land the hands underneath your shoulders and step back in to the fold. Breathe into the top of your mountain. Breathe out as you sink to your chair pose. Nice job, everyone. Taking the hands behind you, squeeze the back of the body, open up through the heart space, lift your heart to the sky. Let's move into our standing strength next. So working on the strength and power of the legs, sink deep into your chair pose. All the body weight's in your heels, lifted through the heart space, drawing the shoulder blades together. Breathe deep into that. Electrify your pose, go a little deeper. Stepping wide to your warrior two. Right knee is bent, aligned over your ankle, and your shoulders are aligned over the hips. Making sure that we're pushing outward towards the pinky toe side and anchoring into the outer edges of the feet. Centering and tucking the tailbone under. Breathe into that expansive place. Settle and deepen your work. Should feel good. Nice openness for the hip joint that needs all that tender, loving care. Now as you breathe in, lift the arms over the shoulders. Settle deep into the shoulder space, drawing the shoulders down and back. Can you create more length through the body and more depth through the hip space? Very nice. Let's try that same move in the opposite direction. Remember your good alignment, knee over ankle, anchoring into the outside edges of the feet, settling and deepening your work, squeezing the back of the body, create that beautiful space through the hips. Breathing and deepening our work each time we breathe in. And breathing out. Inhale as you lift the arms over the head, sink into the pose, create that beautiful, strong, centered, and aligned approach. Should feel good. Now taking your left hand and pressing it toward the right hip, reach away, go lower and deeper into the body, press the hand toward the hip, really open up through the top side. Strength and power work here. Now take hold of your left thigh, find your focal point on the ground. We're going into a floating half moon. Draw the back foot in, lift the back foot off. Hip bones are facing the front. We're open and tall through the front of the body. Strength and challenge there for the legs and butt. Beautiful. Step the feet together. Come to your intense pose. Sink. Belly's drawn in, shoulders are down and back. Squeezing the inner thigh together really helps get more out of that pose. Open up the hands, thumbs point to the back wall. You can do this. Breathe deep into that heart space. It should feel good. Step wide and move directly into your extended warriors. Low through the hips, open through the heart. Push that bottom hand toward the hip space. Top shoulders pressing back. Now getting your mind out of the way, grab hold of your right thigh. Focus on a point on the ground. Lift the back leg off. Your floating half moon. Strong and stable here. Bring the feet down wide. Set up for a squat position. Tuck your tailbone under. Breathe in tall. Sink deep low. Squeezing the back of the body, squeezing the butt. All the work happening for the thighs. Open up through the heart space. And release. Now we're going to go into some challenging balance work, a sequence of 4 moves. It's called our angel sequence. So bend your knees a lot, scoop the belly in, lift the toes off on the right side, and reach toward those toes. Open up to a star pose, arms wide, then the leg goes back as we take our arms behind us and press. Step forward and press to our airplane pose. Keep squaring the shoulders towards the ground, keep diving in. Bring that same leg through. Let's go a little quicker now into our star pose. Sweep the hands behind you, take the leg back, slowly and control the work. Diving in and release. Let's switch to the opposite side. So stabilize, scooping the belly in, bending the knees a lot, send your left leg through, reach towards it, really working on the abdominal strength there. Open up to your star pose, balance and beauty. Hands float behind you as beautiful angels in the world, sending our light forward. Extend your leg back to the airplane pose. Keep squaring to the ground as much as you can. Bring that leg through again without touching down if you can manage it. Reach high and long to the star. Sweep the arms to behind you. Take the leg. Where can you go in your deep dive? Nice job. Now let's come to a chair pose with the heels lifted off and sink deep into the leg space. Activate all those muscles behind you. All the work happening there for the thighs. Strength and power. Lift up. Let's go back to our angel sequence. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, reach long. Breathe out, sweep hands behind. Breathe in, take the leg back. Dive in. Beautiful. Let's try it again. Same leg. Lift the leg forward. Open it up to the side. Take the arms behind. Sweep the leg to back. Beautiful. Land the foot. Reach the opposite leg forward now. Scoop that belly. Open up to your star. Hands float to behind your back. Clasp them. Take the leg back. One more time on this leg. Open up tall. What's the worst that happens? That we have to touch down? It's all good. Hands come behind you and take the leg back. Good. Release. Shake it off. Move into some hip opening stretches next. Breathe in tall to the top of your spine. Breathe out as you float forward to your fold. Let the fingertips land. Let the back stretch out. When you feel ready, lunging your right foot back and land the knee behind you. Take your front foot out a little wider and sink into that. So just feeling the stretch there for the inner thigh, for the hip joint. And if you want to advance this, we take hold of the back foot with the opposite hand. But make sure you're leaning forward a bit. Really working to get the stretch into the thigh and hip. If it's too much, you're always welcome to release that. Now let's all breathe, lifting your right hand to the mudra. Index finger and thumb come together. So we're lifting to breathe into the lower part of the lungs. Good. Let's reset. Stepping the back foot in and taking that left leg long to the back. Sink deep into your hip stretch. Take your time with this. Allow the body to adjust to the position. So the knee is aligned over your ankle in front. And when you're ready, circle the right hand to the left foot behind. Don't worry if the hand doesn't meet the foot all the way. Sometimes one hip is tighter than the other. Just be accepting of where your body is today and in this moment. And everyone, let's come up to our mudra lift. Index finger and thumb come together. Letting the breath flood in. Release. Taking that back knee in. And let's come to a seated position. Coming into your modified half lotus. So the right foot can be on the ground. The ankle can be right up onto the calf or right onto the thigh. Whichever option you choose, make sure the hips are landed. And now let's breathe together, lifting the hands overhead, dropping the shoulders back, hinging from your hip. Come forward over those bent knees and let the hands land where it feels comfortable. And we really need to allow the breath to explore the body, so we surrender to the position here. Allowing the hip joints to open and release and let go of tension. When you're ready, taking your left arm over top of your head, creating a side stretch. Just pull that top left shoulder back and bend your supporting elbow. Just allow the stretch to happen. Good job. Let's try it on the other side. Taking the left foot in front, options, ankle on the ground, ankle right up onto the calf, or ankle right onto the thigh. But remember, this top foot should be flexed, and that helps protect the knee joints, and both hips need to be landed. So breathing in with me, creating length in the body, then hinging from your hip with a lifted belly, come forward and let the hands float to the ground. Just take your time with this. Allow the breath to do the work for you, releasing you further into the pose, surrendering to the moment. And when you're ready, taking your right arm overhead, creating that C shape in the spine, opening through the top shoulder, lifting it up first, and then allowing the body to ease over to your left. Should feel good. Very nice. Now, taking your soles of the feet together, come into a seated star pose, fingertips pointing away from your body, and I'd like you to squeeze your back of your body and lift off. Just squeeze the back of the body, squeeze the butt and the shoulders, and then slowly release that down. Should feel good. Bringing the hands to the ankles or shins, gently pressing with the elbows into the inner thighs to give you a little bit more stretch here. Come forward if you feel comfortable doing so. Nice work. Release. Okay, we're going to come into some challenging core back work next. So, doing a horse dance, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Just lift the spine to the sky for a cat stretch. And then lift the eye gaze, drop the shoulders for a cow. And now let's reset into our plank position. Making sure we're nice and lifted through the belly and strong through the arms. Sink your hips back towards your heels and launch forward. A little push-up. Sink back to the heels. Inhale as you launch forward and little baby push-up. Sink back, launch forward, little push-up. Remember, you can always do these on your knees if you wish. Little push-up and sink back. Just demonstrating that for you. Now let's come into a beautiful back lengthening move, Camel Pose. So we squeeze our back body, we lift through the chest, we reach through the back arm and take hold of the front foot. Option to go to the full camel, taking both hands behind you, but make sure you're squeezing your butt and tucking your chin in as you do this. Beautiful. Coming out of it one arm at a time, back into our plank position on the toes or on the knees if you wish. So sink back, hips toward the heels, launch forward, and go for that little push-up. Exhale on the sink back, inhale on the launch, and push up. Keep that breath moving through the body. Sink back. You've got this. One more time. Push up and sink back. Bring the knees down. Setting up for the camel pose. Remember, you can go for the half camel. That's reaching your back hand to the heel, front arm lifts, or the full camel. Taking both hands to the heels, making sure you're squeezing the back of the body and lifting the heart space. Breathe into that. Good job. Now this time we're going to come onto our bellies. With our heels together. Now reach long, squeezing the back of the body. So all the work coming into the back, the butt, the shoulders. Then pull the elbows in toward the hips. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you squeeze. Breathe in long to the body. Breathe out, squeezing back. Now, going for a half bow. Grab hold of your front ankle, flex the foot, lift the shin off, lift the knee off, squeezing all the muscles behind you to activate. You're welcome to stay with the half bow and transition to the other side. So remember, knees in alignment with hips, then we lift. Or you can go for your full bow, grabbing hold of both ankles, bringing the knees in close together, flexing the foot, and then lifting both ends of the body off. Really advancing our work. Good job. Release, bring the heels together, toes apart. Reach long into the body, squeeze into the back. Inhale long, exhale as you squeeze back. Fingers reaching away. Then draw them in, elbows to the waistline. One more time, inhale long, exhale back. Good job. Hands under shoulders, push it back. Take a child's pose. Take a moment to release. Head to the ground, releasing your back, taking a moment of reprieve. When you're ready, come on up. We're going to lie on our backs and get a stretch. Lying on your back with your arms wide. Lift your knees over your hips and roll the knees to the back wall. Allow the shoulders to relax towards the ground. Just giving your body the time it needs to recover, rejuvenate, and relax through the back. Breathe in, lifting the knees over the hips. Switch direction, knees to the front, eyes turn to the back. So we're getting a full rotation in our spine. We're allowing the breath to relax us into position, giving our body the stretch that it needs. Now when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, roll up through your side or come up through middle, and let's come into a lunge position. So we're lunging with the front leg forward. Make sure that front knee is aligned over the ankle. Opposite hand is down for support. Tuck the toes, lift the back knee off. Inhale as you reach the arm overhead. Beautiful stretch for the hip. Beautiful rotation for the spine. Then bring the back knee down. Bring the bottom arm across to the front knee. And come to prayer hands through to the heart. And don't worry if this is too much stretch for your wrists, you can always bring the hands down. Let's do a 180-degree turn into the other side. Back knee comes down, knee aligned over the ankle, hips are low. Opposite hand is about shoulder distance away from the front foot. Tuck your toes behind you, lift your back knee off. This is advancing your stretch. Rotating through the spine, reaching overhead, keeping the hips square to the side. Keep breathing into that beautiful space. When you're ready, land the knee, flatten out the foot, bring the bottom arm across to the front, and let's take the hands into prayer position. Rotating through the spine is our goal. So keep breathing there. Remember the option if you need it, dropping the hands. Good job, everybody. Let's come up, bringing the feet underneath us, come into a fold position. And your options here are the feet together or feet hip distance apart. You choose. Bend your knees a lot. Allow your chest to come towards the thighs. And let's take the ragdoll position. Hands to the elbows, head hanging down. Just allow the stretch to come into the back of the body. Just breathe into that. Do what works for your body today. Allow the stretch to happen. When you're ready, land the fingertips and stepping your front foot back into pyramid pose we go. So the back toes are turned out. The chest is aligning over the front leg. And we're bringing our hips back to create that beautiful hamstring stretch. A nice flat back with a lifted belly. If this is too much stretch for you, the option is to bend the knee a lot and bring the hands up to the thigh. You choose what effort you want to take. Releasing the hands to the ground, and let's switch. Take the back foot in, switch, bringing alignment to the chest over the thigh, edging your hips back, create length into the hamstring, and just breathe there with a nice flat back. Knee should be slightly bent, never lock it. And remember the option, if you need it, to come right up onto the thigh with a lifted chest. This is an option, just if you need to. Very nice. Now let's come down to the ground, tucking your back foot underneath you. We're going to go for an IT band stretch. So taking hold of your left foot, bringing it into the right thigh. Let's breathe in tall to the spine. Coming across the body towards that extended leg. Shoulder comes towards the bent knee. If you need to keep it bent, that's good. We want to create that length in the hamstring and a release for the lower back. Very nice. Now taking that top hand overhead, plant it down behind you and come into a spiral lift. Squeezing the back of the body to create that contraction, to create more length as we move to the other sides. So we sit down and switch legs. Right foot into the inner thigh of the left side. We breathe in tall to the spine. We come across the body and we relax into the position, chest coming towards the thigh. Just breathe into that. Allow the breath to explore that pose, releasing your back, feeling a stretch into the IT band as well as the hamstring. When you're ready, taking that top hand, the one in front behind you, and come into a spiral lift, squeezing the back of the body up. And slowly release. Nice job. Let's come into a meditative position. So I recommend now either getting a sweater or socks if you so choose to lie down, as we do tend to cool off as we move into the meditative state. So please go ahead and do so now. For our meditation, there are many options that are at your disposal here. You're welcome to lie on your back with your legs fully extended out. That is always the recommended position. Or you could lie on your side body in the fetal position, or you can sit up in your meditative state. But whichever option you do choose, it is always recommended to close your eyes. So we take away that visual distraction and immerse ourselves in this moment, in the breath energy. So take the option that your body is allowing today. If you need to, adjust your position at any point in time during your meditation. Please feel free to do so. The most important thing with meditation is that you are comfortable, as this will help you to relax. So let's take our focus now into the breath, breathing in through the nose, allowing that breath to open up our throat, to lift our belly and abdomen. And as we breathe out, letting go of all the things that no longer serve us. Being present in this moment, being present in our bodies, in our minds, allowing the breath energy to guide us into our days, allowing that calmness to reside in us. So keep practicing that breath in through the nose. Allow it to fill you. And as the breath empties from the body, releasing further into this moment and letting go. Oftentimes during our meditation, our mind tends to wander. Try not to become immersed in your thoughts and emotions. Just allow those thoughts to drift by. Allow them to have no effect on you. Just acknowledge that they're there and let them go. Furthering your practice with the breath, breathing in through the nose and allowing that breath to explore the body further, allowing the breath to filter through to your muscles and joints, allowing the breath to reside in you, releasing you further and deeper, becoming more calm, more peaceful, more in union with yourself and this moment. Just allowing the breath to guide you through to that state of peaceful calm that we're all searching for. Somewhere between alert and asleep. Allow the breath energy to filter through to your extremities, nourishing you with each breath, allowing the oxygen to filter through to your cells, rejuvenating them and restoring energy, aligning you further with yourself. Being thankful and in a state of gratitude for all that we are. Allowing our time for recovery and this opportunity to allow the change that we've created in the body to land. The beautiful breath energy taking us to those places within ourselves that need this time and space of recovery. Allowing the love to land on ourselves, filling ourselves with that joyful, blissful energy, rejuvenating and becoming that much better for everybody and everything else we attempt to do for the remainder of our day. Being there for ourselves. And when you feel ready, start to waken your body again by rolling through your wrists and ankles. Just waking up the body gently. And then bring one knee into the chest at a time. If you're lying on your back, flatten out the back. Allow the knees to come in. And just gently rock from side to side, massaging your lower back. And when you feel ready, roll over to your side and push yourself back up to seated. Sitting in a comfortable position, and I always recommend to keep your eyes closed if you can. And just notice how you're feeling in your body in this moment. Notice the expansive quality of your breath, the joy-filled beat of your heart, the strength we've created through the spine, and the peaceful calm we've created in our mind space. Let's just acknowledge what we've done for our beautiful bodies today. And allow that loving energy to reside in us. Breathing in one last time together, lifting the hands overhead. Prayer hands come together and back to the heart space. I thank you all for sharing your time with me today. Many blessings to you. Namaste.